Trump defending Kyle Rittenhouse. I know that for some people it's shocking. I really don't think it should be, because right-wing media has been doing it from the very beginning. I want you to take a look at Tucker Carlson literally last night exercising madness about what exactly Kyle had gotten up to that night.
Kyle, the only individuals that Kyle shot were the 3 individuals that were attacking him and putting him at risk of serious bodily harm or death. This is a 17-year-old kid. This is amazing.
So let me ask you this, and I think that's a fair point. He didn't shoot indiscriminately, and I'm taking your word for it in the first one because I haven't seen the video, but in the second 2, I have seen the video. One guy attacked him, the other guy.
Okay, so we cut that off because we don't need any more. He's taking this guy's word about what happened because he hasn't seen the video. That was last night. The shooting was almost a week ago. And he's opining every night saying, I haven't actually bothered to watch a 20-second video, so I'm just gonna take your word that he hadn't yet committed a brutal, unnecessary murder that he was attempting to flee justice from. Look, I know I focus too much on Tucker Carlson sometimes, Dan, I know, but he's like got the biggest audience, and that's the framing they're getting on what happened in Kenosha if they're watching Tucker Carlson each night.
Yeah, like I almost have to. Let's check in, John. Like there was there or was there not footage showing a little bit before the event where it appears, and this is still an ongoing investigation, but it appears that Rittenhouse was provoking the protesters in the beginning. Am I correct?
Yes, I mean, there's a million videos you can watch, but yeah, you can see that his first what seems to have happened in his first murder is someone threw a bag at him and he shot them in the head. And then as others tried to save that individual's life, he fled on camera saying into a radio or a phone, I just killed somebody. And he attempted to flee because of course he'd murdered someone and he had no interest in talking to the cops or being investigated or anything. And then in attempting to flee justice, people did what they're supposed to do, which is stop the murderer from killing more people. So they tried to take him down, something that we generally laud people as heroes when they try to take down an active shooter, which is what he was. But that is now the justification for their murder as well, that he was fleeing justice and he, because he's white, apparently is allowed to.
Yeah,
all of this was available the first day.
Yeah, so that's the other thing that's annoying and difficult is that you always have to, before you even deconstruct the argument with these people, you have to take the thing they're saying and rip it out of the fantasy bubble that they are living in and like give it the sunlight of truth and tell them, hey, here's what actually happened, here's what's going on here. And because, let alone he brought the gun over state lines, let alone he wasn't supposed to have the gun in the first place because he's 17, let alone the other video that's come up that shows his sort of like violent past. I hate like beating up on him because he's a kid, but also he killed people now, so we've got to do that. There's an apparatus that goes from Donald Trump and Tucker Carlson and Fox News, and sometimes it's a symbiotic relationship. But the reason that people like you and I and a lot of the other great folks, there's a great thread that Nikki McCann Ramirez over at Media Matters has put together of like instances in which Fox News hosts are defending the Kenosha shooter, and it's like 24 tweets deep now. This is an apparatus in which people are getting their information from at a time when the choices are so stark in this country between like the forces of darkness and like literally they're willing to get people from the government to round them up in cages and like send them to who knows where, all the way up to literally just doing not that, like going back to the same terrible system that we had before, but just like dialing back a little bit. The choices are so different now that having this news apparatus on the side that is poisoning the well of information is like, that's part of what's breaking the discourse. So I'm glad that we are paying at least attention to it. But yeah, it's not surprising that Tucker Carlson or any other of these ghouls are scraping the bottom of the barrel to defend right-wing domestic terrorism. Can you believe that in the year 2020, the Republican Party is defending domestic terrorism in the United States?
Exactly.
I can't.
And the weird thing is, like one of the skills that the right has in reporting that is turned in the service of evil is if a black man is shot to death, they're gonna track down anything he did that can be spun to make him seem any less sympathetic. a picture, any sort of incident or whatever, they're gonna find it instantly because the victim has to be portrayed as the aggressor, of course. But it's odd that with this guy who had just killed a couple people in Kenosha, it wasn't Tucker Carlson that tracked down a video of him running up behind a woman and beating on her with his fists. It's weird that they didn't track down this background information about the motivations and frame of mind of this individual, and they don't seem to care about it. They're still defending him days after we found out that this is hardly the first time that he has instigated violence against people. It's weird how that works out. I wonder why, I don't know.
Because he's exactly right. Because when you're on the right and you fit their narrative perfectly, even if you're the murderer, you have a gun and you're defending yourself for at least part of the video, for at least part of what happened that night. So therefore, he is standing his ground. He's defending himself. He represents every person who, rightfully so, especially in this political climate, just wants to make sure that they and themselves are safe. They themselves and their family are safe from any sort of danger, all the way up to these Proud Boys who are now gathering in countries in cities to counter demonstrate and show off their guns and potentially provoke people. The right wing is willing to give a defense to all of those people because of getting into power to sustain this racist system and get tax cuts. That's why they're doing it.
Check out the Damage Report podcast each day, wherever you get your podcasts, whether Pocket Casts or Stitcher or iTunes. You can join me as I give you the news and stories you want, with a range of co-hosts and interview guests jumping in on the fun each day. Again, that's the Damage Report, wherever you get your podcasts. And if you get them at iTunes, don't forget to rate and review. Sometimes I'll read them live on the show.